Today, on Be Something Wonderful, this 48-hour manifesting challenge will change your life. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Big video today. I want to start with a conversation that I had on Friday with this client. It said, Tom, I've been in my wish fulfilled. I've been really convinced that what I want is unfolding. And he had a few areas, one with money, one with a specific person. He goes, but then events came up that really just shook me. Again, we've talked about this in many different ways, right? And all of it was around that he's unhappy where he's at. And he wants to be somewhere else. He wants to be somewhere else, someone else, right? All of this went on. But again, here's the thing, guys. This constant desire to be someone else or be somewhere else is what's keeping you from everything you want. And you're measuring it by the circumstances or the conditions that are happening out there and by the changing thoughts and feelings that you're having. We had that discussion too. This is also similar to a comment that was on the channel about someone else who was trying to get pregnant, was really affirming it and feeling convinced that it's done, waiting for the test results to confirm her conviction, waiting for something out there to confirm it. Then when she didn't get it confirmed, she felt shattered and shocked. I want to talk about this today because again, it's you wanting to be somewhere else, wanting to be someone else, waiting for things to change out there before you can feel that fulfillment within now and know that nothing needs to change. You don't need confirmation or wait for anything out there. It's about being who you are right here and now and knowing that you have the energy that creates worlds flowing through you, but somehow you want to be somewhere else or you want to be somewhere else. Be someone else. How can you want to be someone else other than all that is, with all that isness flowing through you, right? Lack implies that you would be better off in a state somehow different than from the one you are in. This is from A Course in Miracles. I love this definition of lack. That's all that lack is, right? It's this thought that you would be better off somehow in a different state than what you are in right now. You're needing reality to be different than what it is. And remember, you are reality. So we're talking about you. Waiting for conditions to get better implies that the 3D world has a will of its own. Do you see it? You're implying that there's some reality out there that has a will of its own, that has some other source, not being you, right? That's what that means, that there's a source of reality outside of you, and that's impossible, that you have better things to do or be than all that is, with the energy that creates worlds flowing through you and as you. That's what you're implying with this. In both cases, the client on Friday and this comment on the channel, which I'll get to, it implies that you have better things to do than be all that is, with the energy that creates worlds flowing through you. What else are you waiting for? It's all you now. Remember, conditions have no meaning outside of the meaning you give them. I talked about this with another person on Friday, another client on Friday. And remember, what's the meaning then? The meaning is that all those conditions must be leading you to everything you want. It must be unfolding. It must be your fulfillment unfolding. All those conditions, inner and outer, as your fulfillment unfolding. That's what it must be because there's no other source and you said so. Do you see it? So all conditions, you don't wait for feedback from the 3D world. You are the feedback. You are the evidence. You are the proof. Remember, this is you, right? That's that infinity. There's that blue you is your 3D vantage point. But you can only see that less than 1% from that vantage point. You get to decide from that higher you, from that greater you, what less than 0.1% do you want to see now? Because that's what it's about. Remember, we filter out with our 3D senses and our assumptions and beliefs more than 99.9% of reality. So we can enjoy it, so we can have the physical experience. Otherwise, everything would be happening all at once, right? It's all you all at once. The all of all that is in all conditions. That's the message, though. You're at the center. And you as the center don't merely represent 0.1% of reality. You represent all of it. You are all that is. So the all of all that is in all conditions. So you must judge them righteously. You must judge them as all working out to you. You must judge them as all unfolding according to your fulfillment. There are no needs at all. This is what the Course in Miracles says. There are no needs at all. Needs arise only when you deprive yourself. You can only deprive yourself. Right? It's you. You're the one that gets to call the shots. You're the one that gets to decide what those conditions mean. And what's the meaning? That it's all working out, that it's fulfillment. As all that is, you're just seeing another part of fulfillment. Another part of everything's fulfillment. And you're just seeing another part of it. You're perceiving another part of the fulfillment that you are. You're seeing all that is from a different vantage point or viewpoint or perspective. Right? Remember, you can only deprive yourself. God cannot give you what you're not giving yourself. Right? In that less than 0.1% of seen physical reality is the all of God. It's all power. It's all knowing. It's all time. It's all space. It's all source energy flowing through you and as you right now, but you somehow have better things to do or a better place to be or someone different to be than source. Whew. That's power. See every thought, see every feeling, see every condition. As evidence, you are the one and only source of your reality. That's the 48-hour challenge. To see it that everything is unfolding according to what you desire, right? As evidence of your wishes fulfilled no matter what. Reality must yield to who and what you're conscious of being. It's law. It must yield to that. Remember, it's the absolute Father. It's the absolute. I am the Lord, or the law. Remember, in the Old Testament, when they capitalize Lord, it means law, the law of Moses. I am the law, or the Lord, and there is no other. It's law. It must be, no matter what. It must yield to you, no matter what. There's no other God besides me. There's no other source. There's no other law. There's no other reality. There are no other conditions. There's no reality besides me. There are no conditions besides me. There's no thing besides me. There's no out there, as John Wheeler said. So stop waiting and looking for proof that things, others, and the world has changed, and be the evidence. Be the change, as they say. Right? The world cannot change until you change your conception of it. Neville Goddard. And the things, others in the world reflect your assumptions of it. And your assumptions of it reflect your concept of yourself. So there's no one to change but self. Do you hear this? Right? Nothing will change until you change it's a conceptual world. You're going to change your conception. How do you do that? Well, the things, the others in the world reflect your assumptions of it or your conceptions of them. And your assumptions and conceptions of it reflect your conceptions or concepts of yourself. So there's no one to change but self. That's powerful. Neville Goddard. Dare to assume that no matter what the news, I'm going to get to the news of the test, the pregnancy test in a few minutes. What the news, no matter what the conditions out there, no matter what thoughts you're feeling, that you are source and there is no other, that everything's unfolding perfectly no matter what. That's the 48-hour challenge. Reality must bend and yield to your will. It doesn't have a will of its own. It must bend to your will, the free will that you have to choose to be already who you desire to be and have what you desire to have already. That's your free will to choose that. It must bend to that. That's why Neville Goddard says, simply dare to assume you are what you want to be, and you will compel everyone to play their part. The entire world plays its part when you when you go to that end and you choose who you are. Your self-concept. That's powerful. So the questions on the channel, this is looks like a subscriber that was wanting to get pregnant, that was affirming it, that was feeling convinced. Here are some of the comments I want to talk about this. Affirming to become pregnant. Well, that's the first thing. You're looking at it as a process. You declare that reality, that it's done, and just claim it. You don't affirm to become. right? You affirm to announce reality. You affirm to magnify the Lord, magnify the law, magnify that state of being, right? And she also talked about, she did the same thing with losing weight or trying to lose weight. I was so certain, so convinced that I was pregnant. I didn't feel the need to affirm anymore, but that's the point. You feel there was a need to affirm. That it was the techniques and affirmations that were going to determine whether you're pregnant or whether you lose weight. They don't create, you do, your source. Those are to magnify, to highlight, to put your awareness on that, but not to create it, right? Just waiting to be far enough along for the test to tell me what I already knew. Waiting for an outside source to say whether you are that person you want to be yet. Whether you have the things you want to have, right? And you said to tell me what I already know. Well, if you know it, then it's done. You don't need anyone to tell you, right? It was incredibly shocking to me to find out I was not. Do you see that? How could it be shocking? Your reality. That you've got to look at those test results as you've got to give them the meaning that of course I'm pregnant, of course it's working out. It doesn't matter what those test results say. If it was shocking, you were never there. You can't be shocked by already being that person you want to be. You know you are that, right? You can only be shocked if you believe there's an outside power, an outside source, something outside of you. It was incredible. So to find out, remember, you already know how you're not finding out anything. I stayed in this knowing for quite a long time. Now you're saying I persisted in time, and I was really trying to hang on to that state. But it didn't work out. Do you see it? And feeling that 3D was playing out to those old beliefs before catching up. And then you again talk about this idea that 3D catches up. Nothing catches up. You are 3D reality. It's not the 3D playing out to your old beliefs. It's what you're believing right now that matters. There are no old beliefs. They're new in every moment. Nothing's catching up. Nothing's playing out. It's you right in this moment. You are reality. You're 3D, you're 4D, you're 5D, you're all the Ds. You're all of it. Right? Waiting for something to catch up out there makes no sense. That's why. Right? I really want to see this. Affirmations and techniques are not to make something happen out there. Rather, they're an announcement of reality within. Period. That's all they are. You're announcing reality. You're claiming it with those affirmations. They're powerful. And techniques and affirmations are powerful, but they're to claim the reality that's already there. The outside will reflect it. It has no choice. It doesn't have free will. It must reflect it. It's not to become, but it's to be who you already are. There's no need to affirm. There's no waiting for outer confirmations. You can't be shocked to find out that you're not you, right? Staying in the knowing for a long time, you're talking about now that time's required, right? 3D playing out old beliefs before catch up. 3D does nothing but reflects who and what you're being. Take the challenge. Instead of being shocked by conditions, shock the conditions. By only seeing fulfillment in everything, in all the news, in all the events, in all the people, in all the thoughts, in all the feelings, in all the conditions. See fulfillment and watch your life change overnight. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of the Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors at Facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, our TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and our membership channel. I just released another announcement on our live event coming in a few weeks at the end of the month, December 30th on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. I'm receiving questions now. Keep sending your questions to info@besomethingwonderful.com. We're going to have a lot of fun. It will be our 9th live event to be broadcast exclusively from the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. See you there soon. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.